Another title shot, obviously, this is an opportunity maybe some people wouldn't get so quickly or under these circumstances. So I guess how much are you relishing this and how important is it to come through this time with that belt?
Very important. You know what I mean? It's very important. The fact that I got it in about a year since obviously the last fought. I don't know. It feels right. You know what I mean? I know some people say it's too soon and all of that, but for me, it feels right.
Yeah. Leon had a pretty big success in his title rematch. What I guess can you take away from that, and how do you approach a rematch differently after experiencing this guy once before?
I just look at it as one fight doesn't mean that's how all the fights are gonna play out. You know what I mean? So I look at it as a new fight. You know, what I've felt in before. So.
And what do you think? How does this look different? How do you want?
I get my hand raised by any means. You know what I mean? I feel like the last fight, I was beating him. You know, there wasn't any areas that he was outclassing me at. So, you know, but it's MMA, it's 4 rounds gloves, and you can get yourself caught sometimes, and that's what I believe that happened, you know.
Fabian, in the first fight, obviously, one sizable moment was when you did cut Eblen, and it seemed to spur on to go to a bit of an overdrive and go for the knockout, which you got the stoppage. Do you think that was probably one of the worst things you could have done? To cut it, was it sort of like broad, like just spits out the fights, and you was like, oh gosh, it's like going all out, talking Tasmanian devil.
I don't get that question, sorry.
So I was just saying that, like with the cut, was that probably one of the worst things you could have done because he went into like overdrive?
Nah. It's a fight, you know what I mean? So if I could have broke his head in half, I would have done the same thing. I mean, if the result was going to be the same, it's going to be what it was. You know, it wasn't so much that he brought it up and it wasn't like he brought his level up and I got caught. You know, I slowed down that finish and I've watched it fucking thousands of times, and it was my positioning. You know what I mean? If you see the position I got caught in, no position I should be in. So technical error on my part, and that's how I look at it.
Yep, thing. We talked last week, and you're very, very confident heading into this fight. What's different this time round?
I just feel like my preparation different, you know what I mean? And it's like the small details. That's what this fighting game is. It's the small details that make a difference. You know what I mean? So, like I say, I look back at the last fight. It was a small mistake that made a difference, and I made sure I correct those.
Against Aaron Jeffrey, how much of that fight was you testing things out in preparation for this rematch against Eblen?
Testing out, but I feel like the style of fight that Aaron is like the perfect style that I needed for this fight. You know what I mean? Like, if there was any, perfect style, come forward, pressure, and I enjoyed that fight.
And how much did bad blood play a part in this fight against Johnny? Of course, you had to be separated after the last fight. Have you guys got some real beef going into this next fight?
It's what it is. The beef with everyone I fight with, because at the end of the day, I've worked hard, he's worked hard. No one wants to get beat. You know what I mean? But in terms of like personal, like I hate this guy. I don't. I mean, I thought about it last week, and I thought I actually don't hate this guy. I just want what I've worked for.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I've worked so hard for this so many hours, so I just want what I worked for, and he's got.
Thank you.
Fabian, what if anything did you find out about your opponent, about Eblen, during the last fight as a fighter?
He's tough. You know, obviously he's tough. And that was the only thing. I can't say there was anything that I felt that was like, whoa, that was super impressive. You know, obviously I know I lost, but in terms of skills, there was nothing that jumped off the chart for me.
What would it mean for you to go back to Birmingham and have another fight in Birmingham after, of course, winning in this one?
It mean the world. You know, it would mean the world. I've said it before. Like, I don't think I want me to explain and describe and express my feelings until after I've won. You know what I mean? Obviously, I know these words, but I probably won't be able to put it in words once I've got out there and I win, if that makes sense.
Of course.
Yeah.
I read an interview you did, and you said that Eblen always looks like Eblen. You don't really see a lot of progression in his fights. I'm curious what exactly you meant by that.
Eblen looks like Eblen. You know, he's tough. He's tough, and he'll never quit on himself. You know what I mean? From what I've seen in his fight, which is good to see. But there's nothing that he hasn't shown us nothing different from his first. Go back to his first Bellator fight years ago to now. He hasn't changed anything. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's what I mean by Eblen look like Eblen.
He was in here earlier, and he said he felt that himself and Sean Strickland were the 2 best middleweights in the world. I'm curious what you make of it. Is that just confidence that in himself, or where do you rank him in these middleweights around the world?
forget where I rank him. Where do you guys rank him? Where do you guys rank him?
I'd probably put him top 10, top 7.
Top 7. Okay, some say it's best, some say it's 7. So, you know what I mean? He's a world champion, you know, and I feel like forget promotions and forget all of that. He's up there. So once I go out there and I do my job, I'll be right there as well.
Would it be your expectation that you guys would do a trilogy fight?
Yeah, it's gotta happen. It's gotta happen, you know, because I say Saturday, I'm going one apiece. You know, it'll be one apiece after Saturday, and that's what I'll be entertaining next.
Will Leon be here for you?
Yeah, he's there somewhere. Probably eating, so I don't know. He's there somewhere though.
Hi. What was missing out from your last encounter with Eblen, and how do you see this fight playing out?
Yeah. It's not even so much what was missing. You know, you have to watch, like, obviously I know some people probably haven't watched the full fight, but you'll have to watch the whole fight to know what I'm on about. That it's just a mistake, you know what I mean? So I felt like it was a mistake in my positioning when I tried to land a knee, and that was it, yeah.
Okay, that's another question. With the growth of Fabian,
Yeah.
what kind of a role do you see yourself playing in this match?
A big role, you know. I've been a bit, obviously PFL bought Bellator and all of that, but I've been Bellator for about 7 years now. You know what I mean, so I see myself as part of the company, and being part of PFL now, I feel like I see myself as part of the family as well. So I look forward to just having more fights and just growing with the company.
In your past interviews, you've said anyone who's ever beaten me in my career, I've beaten in a rematch. What makes you so confident about rematches?
No, it's not anyone that beat. I said if anyone that I've ever lost to, I feel like I'll beat in a rematch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And cause once you go in there and you feel someone, you think I can beat that guy. You know what I mean? And my preparation this time been different. My mind's different. My focus different. Everything just a little bit different. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's what's gonna make the difference.
Awesome, thank you.
Thank you.
Fabian, because you made a mistake in the last fight, do you feel it was easier to come to terms with losing rather than being outclassed?
Yeah, definitely. Because if you go in there with someone and someone batters you from the start to the finish of the fight, then you can be like, okay, I need a few more years because I'm not even close to his level. But to go in there and in my eyes, win those 2 first rounds, defended everything I needed to defend, but made a mistake, I can't class him as the better man. You know what I mean? So I know I've lost, and I know that sounds mad, but like Saturday night will prove who's the better man. You know what I mean? I believe that's me.
You say you don't hate him, but as you come face to face, tomorrow, Friday, do you think those old emotions might sort of come back?
Nah. I've matured over the last year. You know what I mean? I don't hate him. Like, I feel like my younger age, I used to be like, I need to hate everyone, but I don't. You know what I mean? Because regardless, I'm a fighter, so my job's gonna be to go in there and try and break his face. You know what I mean? And I know it sounds violent, but that's the sport that we're in. And on Saturday night, I'll try my very best to break his face.